You're really bad.
Oh, hi there. Did you miss us? Because we missed you. Word on the street is the internet's been a little too quiet without people digging up what everyone really wants to know. Buckle up, darlings, because we're back and nobody's secrets are safe. Today, we're going to peel back the layers behind the last voicemail left by Stephen, Twitch, boss. What did Twitch warn his wife about, and why did everyone at his funeral sign an NDA? More importantly, why was Ellen's name allegedly mentioned in Twitch's note to the police? The closer you look at Twitch's death, the more it becomes clear that Ellen isn't as innocent as seems. Twitch boss was the executive producer of The Ellen Show and stayed on with Ellen for almost 8 years until the show ended in 2022. Everyone who knew Twitch described him as a happy and loving man who lit up every room he walked into. So on December 13th, 2022, when it was announced that Stephen had ended his life, everyone was shocked. Now the rumors are getting louder, and there are whispers on the street that Ellen was connected to Twitch's death. And the reason she actually left the US was because she feared that after Diddy, an investigation would be opened into her too.
Early on the morning of Tuesday, December 12, Twitch packed a small bag with only a change of clothes and his handgun, slipped out of his house without telling Allison, turned his phone to airplane mode so he couldn't be tracked, and took an Uber to the Oak Tree Inn, a dreary 2-story motel in a hacienda-style building on heavily trafficked Ventura Boulevard, just a mile from his house, and paid $107 to reserve a room for a single night. Twitch made his way down to room 249 and let himself in. Allison reported to police that Twitch was missing shortly after he had left the house, noting with particular worry that she couldn't reach him by phone, and he had not taken his car with him when he left, 2 things that she said were very much out of character for him.
Because there were no details about Twitch's death, people just rushed to fill that void. This was at the time when Ellen had built this edifice as the nicest person on television. She would have YouTube stars, and all of a sudden that edifice was crumbling.
The news about Ellen created a wave of online criticism at the time.
Touching message from the widow of the dancer and TV personality and inspiration to a lot of us, known as Twitch. In her first social media post since Stephen Boss' death last week, Allison Holker shared this on Instagram, a selfie of the smiling couple. Holker left a short but powerful message. My one and only, oh, how my heart aches. We miss you so much. Twitch was last seen in this Instagram video he shared on December 11th, doing what he and she were known best for, dancing. Just 2 days later, he was found dead in a motel room in Los Angeles. The death was ruled a suicide. Twitch was 40 years old. Since then, there has been an outpouring of support for Holker and their 3 children.
Just months before Twitch's death, The Ellen Show came to an end after allegations of abuse related to Ellen surfaced. I think we all remember how shocked everyone was to find out that Ellen, a person who had made being kind her entire personality, was actually abusive. Ellen apologized for her behavior, and during her apology, even forced Twitch to be on the show. She wanted to use Twitch's image to make herself look better, and you can clearly tell that Twitch wasn't comfortable.
Human beings are not designed to handle that much pressure. And when I was talking about my experience, his face was like, I know.
Popular at Diddy's alleged parties, and word on the street is that Twitch saw something he wasn't supposed to see. These parties involved some of the most powerful people in the world, and Twitch, being close to Ellen and present at these events, may have been caught in something much darker than he realized. Some say he tried to distance himself, but others believe he was silenced before he could speak. The fact that Ellen left the country so quietly, without any major public statements or plans, has only fueled the suspicion. People online are now connecting the dots. Ellen's name has come up in the same conversations as Diddy's, both tied to Hollywood's darkest secrets, both surrounded by people who died under mysterious or tragic circumstances.
Hey, everybody. Everyone is in pain and trying to make sense of it, and we'll never make sense of it. And the holidays are hard, I think, anyway. But to honor Twitch, I think the best thing that we can do is to laugh and hug each other, and play games and dance and sing.
The comedian hired Twitch for her talk show back in 2014.
Over a decade ago, I met someone who changed my life and our show. And I'm talking about you, Twitch. Come here.
He was the in-house DJ until the series wrapped earlier this year.
And I know it seems hard, it seems impossible, but that's how we honor him. and hug each other and tell each other we love each other and let people know we're there for them.
In his note to his wife, Twitch revealed everything. He told her about what he saw at the parties, things that involved powerful people, including names he never expected to be associated with that kind of darkness. He told Allison that he had been pressured into silence, that people close to him, even Ellen, were not who they claimed to be. According to leaked sources, Twitch's final note wasn't just a goodbye, it was a warning. Then came his voice note, allegedly a recording to Ellen which revealed everything. The voice note, which has never been officially released, has been mentioned in multiple online forums and leaked DMs. Some claim Allison still has a copy. Others say it was deleted or taken by someone shortly after Twitch was found dead.
We're learning more tonight about the tragic suicide of Stephen Twitch Boss and the detailed steps he took to hide his plans. TMZ is reporting when Twitch left his home the day before his suicide, he took an Uber to a motel about a mile away. At the motel, he switched his phone to airplane mode so no one could reach him. The motel manager says he checked in under his own name and never left his room. We also now know that Twitch left his suicide note. Details have not been made public, but TMZ reports the note alluded to challenges Twitch had faced in the past. Entertainer Tyler Perry knows firsthand what that is like.
I want to take you back to a time in my life where I tried to commit suicide a couple of times because it was so dark. I thought the only way to make this better, this pain go away, is to end my life. Had any of those attempts happened, I would have missed the best part of my life.
In 2024, right after Diddy's Miami mansion was raided, Ellen announced that she was leaving the country forever. Her departure lined up perfectly with Diddy also tried to change her appearance too. Someone who had been blonde for all her career changed her hair color and moved to England to start fresh. But the timing was too suspicious for many. Why would Ellen suddenly vanish from the spotlight just as Diddy's empire began to crumble under trafficking allegations? And why the drastic image change?
They're losing their minds.
She sounded so sincere, didn't she?
Very sincere.
Virtually choke on her words. But the best one for me is Ellen DeGeneres, who is, by the way, a very nasty person. I've had dealings with her in Australia. Could I tell you some stories about that cow? But anyway, good riddance to her. But she was quite friendly with that P. Diddy bloke, wasn't she?
Well, this is why I say release the Diddy files.
Yeah.
Files. Come on, Donald Trump. We want to know whose name.
So maybe she's hightailing out of there before all that is thrown at her as well. But what a bunch of hypocrites.
Ellen DeGeneres and her wife, Portia de Rossi, have reportedly fled the US, bound for the UK, after Donald Trump's landslide victory. Numerous publications are reporting the couple have left the United States permanently. There are also reports the couple have put their Montecito mansion on the market. Entertainment publication The Wrap has the exclusive story and said, Ellen DeGeneres and wife Portia de Rossi have moved to rural England, put their Montecito estate on the market, and plan to never return to the United States, telling friends the election of Donald Trump was their primary motivation. Ellen DeGeneres has been a vocal Trump critic, so the move doesn't come as a surprise to most.
You're really bad. If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
Ellen DeGeneres has been seen rocking a new hair color since moving to the UK. The comedian changed her signature blonde look to brunette as she was seen enjoying a night out with friends at a pub called The Farmer's Dog. Ellen went out with her wife, Portia de Rossi, and a few friends, including the Torn singer Natalie Imbruglia. Sources told TMZ earlier this week that Ellen and Portia moved to England because of Donald Trump's re-election. They have reportedly settled into their new home in the southwest region of England, but they purchased the property before the election. Hey, I guess if Ellen's got a new place, why not get a new do?
Twitch isn't the first person to have mysteriously died in connection to Diddy. Let's not forget that even Jamie Foxx was allegedly poisoned by Diddy. Jamie Foxx used to be a regular at Diddy's parties back in the day, but allegedly, after Diddy caught him taping him, Jamie wasn't allowed back in. Allegedly, Jamie had some tapes of his own, and in 2023, around the same time when the FBI first started investigating Diddy, Diddy found out about these tapes. Then suddenly reports came out that Jamie Foxx was suffering from an unidentified health crisis, and for almost a year, he disappeared from everywhere.
I don't know if you saw the one with Jamie Foxx saying the fact that when his special comes out, he's actually going to talk about the fact that Diddy's the one that poisoned him. Again, this is a story.
I heard that story too.
From the upcoming Netflix comedy show. Jamie Foxx expected to include the actor addressing a mysterious 2023 health crisis that left him hospital. This is from today.
Right.
For more than 20 days and recovering for months more, but has...
A few weeks after Jamie's special on Netflix was aired, Jamie was attacked while at a hotel in Beverly Hills. The attack left Jamie injured, and you have to be blind to not see the connection. This was Diddy sending a clear message: mess with me and I'm going to come after you.
Actor Jamie Foxx was injured during an altercation at a Beverly Hills restaurant. Foxx is speaking out about the incident, which is being investigated by police. It comes just days after the Oscar winner revealed for the first time that a brain bleed caused him to suffer a stroke last year. Here's ABC's Phil Lipoff.
Tonight, actor Jamie Foxx is recovering after an altercation at his birthday dinner in Beverly Hills left him needing stitches. Local police received a call about an incident at the high-end Mr. Chow restaurant near Rodeo Drive just after 10 p.m. Friday night. A representative for the actor saying someone from another table threw a glass that hit Foxx in the face. It's unclear whether Foxx was involved in the fight or merely a bystander. No arrests were made, but the investigation remains ongoing. It has already been an eventful month for the Oscar winner. In his recently released Netflix stand-up special, Foxx opened up about the mysterious health crisis that put him in the hospital for several weeks last year.
I was fighting for my life, but I'm here in front of you.
Foxx telling the audience a doctor gave his family a grim diagnosis.
He told my sister some horrible news about her big brother. He said he's having a brain bleed has led to a stroke.
But now, the actor is proud he beat the odds.
Said I couldn't walk, but look at me now. Now walk it.
And Lindsay, Foxx appears to be keeping this positive attitude through this latest incident, writing on social media this morning, "The devil is busy, but I'm too blessed to be stressed." Lindsay?
Foxx seemingly brushing it off. Phil, thank you.
Diddy has managed to get away once again. Despite videotapes proving his alleged involvement, hundreds of witnesses, and even physical evidence connecting him to the crime, Diddy has been found not guilty. According to the official verdict, Combs is guilty of transportation for prostitution of ex-girlfriends Cassie and Jane, and not guilty on the more serious charges of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. No one could have seen this coming. One person said that Diddy verdict don't even make sense. LOL, how you not guilty of sex trafficking, but guilty of prostitution transportation? Another replied saying, yeah, it's wild. How you guilty of moving prostitutes but not guilty of sex trafficking? That's like charging someone for driving the getaway car but saying the robbery never happened.
But he's going to get the maximum. The judge will give him the maximum, just like they gave O.J. Simpson the maximum in Vegas. Because he got off Simpson in L.A. when he clearly killed these two people. And then when they got a second crack at him on a minor beef, relatively, of theft, they sentenced him to heavy time. So Diddy will go to prison, and he should. He's evil. And I say that because I just wrote a book called Confronting Evil. Yeah, he used narcotics and violence to coerce people to do what he wanted to do. That's evil. Sorry.
Go ahead,
okay,
Stephen.
Now, back to Trump.
Well, hold on. Stephen wants to weigh in on what you just said. Go ahead.
No.
Okay.
Only thing I want to weigh in, I don't want to castigate the entire culture. I'm tired of, we see pictures of a few bad apples conducting themselves in very disgusting manners and thinking that that's the entire industry. I'm a guy that was raised in the hip-hop industry. I know an abundance of hip-hop artists and beyond who have never engaged in, never been accused of, never would think of putting themselves in the kind of positions.
Well, the verdict is in. Sean Diddy Combs has been convicted on 2 counts of transportation of his ex-girlfriends to engage in prostitution, but cleared of the most serious charges against him. The music mogul has been found not guilty of racketeering conspiracy and 2 counts of sex trafficking. The charges he has been found guilty of are connected to his 2 former partners, including singer Cassie Ventura and a former girlfriend being referred to as Jane. In the U.S., it is a crime to knowingly transport any person with the intent that they engage in prostitution or illegal sexual activity. The 12-person jury deliberated for 3 days before reaching the verdict. The maximum penalty for each of the 2 guilty counts is 10 years in prison plus a fine.
How you feeling? Not bad. How are you?
Anything you want the public to know?
Not yet. We'll be
saying something soon. Thank you. We're hopeful that ultimately he receives a substantial sentence for what he's done, and we're pleased that Cassie's brought to light everything that has happened in this trial. I just spoke with her and with the U.S. Attorney's Office team, and she's in a good place. She's pleased that the jury has found him liable, guilty of 2 felony crimes.
It's absolutely a win. The defense took a really big gamble going to trial on this case. Really, any time that a defendant chooses to go to trial against the federal government, it's a big gamble. They have a lot in their favor, and it really paid off for Combs.
Today's a great victory. It's a great victory for Sean Combs. It's a great victory for the jury system. You saw that the Southern District of New York prosecutors came at him with all that they had. They're not stopping, but one thing stands between all of us and a prison, and that is a jury of 12 citizens. And we had a wonderful jury. They listened to every word, and they got the situation right, or certainly right enough. They acquitted him of the sex trafficking, which he was absolutely innocent of. They acquitted him of the racketeering conspiracy that he was absolutely innocent of, and all of the components to it. The kidnapping, he was innocent of that. The arson, he was innocent of that. The obstructing justice, he was innocent of that. And that is no longer just me saying that. That is the verdict of our jury.
Diddy's sentencing is set for October, and he now faces a maximum of 20 years in prison. If he actually gets sentenced to 20 years remains to be seen, however. Some fans think that Diddy might even walk away from all of this with nothing more than 6 months of probation and some community service. So far, the judge has denied Diddy's bail, which means Diddy will stay in custody until his sentencing.
Aaron, we know that sentencing hearing scheduled for the fall. Sean Diddy Combs has already been in custody for about 9 months now, and he's also facing dozens of civil lawsuits. What more does he have ahead of him before that hearing? We know, I think it's on October 3rd.
October 3rd at 10 a.m. is when Sean Combs is going to be sentenced for his conviction on 2 counts of transportation for the purposes of prostitution. Each of those counts carries a maximum penalty of up to 10 years. And so prosecutors pointed out in their letter to the judge, his total exposure is 20 years in prison. And the judge today, Whit, said that Combs's propensity for violence was starkly depicted on that 2016 hotel security camera footage that may well factor into the judge's sentencing decisions. In the meantime, Sean Combs will continue to be incarcerated at MDC in Brooklyn, the federal jail in Brooklyn, where he's been since his arrest.
Cassie is in danger. Her lawyer has asked the court to keep Diddy behind bars as he awaits sentencing, arguing the music mogul poses a risk to her and other witnesses. In a letter to Judge Arun Subramanian, attorney Douglas Wigdor said that Cassie was scared Diddy would come after everyone who testified against him, including herself. Ms. Ventura believes that Mr. Combs is likely to pose a danger to the victims who testified in this case, including herself, as well as to the community.
Cassie Ventura's friend Deontay Nash has sent a letter to the judge requesting that he deny Diddy's bail. You know, Deontay Nash is one of Cassie's friends, and he was also her former stylist who testified against Diddy in his criminal trial. He testified about multiple instances of violence that he endured and that he also saw Cassie Ventura go through. Now he has just submitted a letter to the judge asking that he deny Diddy's bail until Diddy is sentenced on the 2 charges of prosta. Deontay Nash said, "I am writing to express my grave concern over the prospect of Sean Combs being released from custody. While I appreciate the fairness that you have shown throughout this proceeding, I feel compelled to be unequivocal about the danger he possesses to the public and to the individuals who have risked everything by coming forward. Mr. Combs has a long, well-documented history of violent, coercive, and retaliatory behavior. Over the years, he has repeatedly escaped meaningful accountability, and each time, this has only reinforced his sense of impunity. If he is released now, I have no doubt that he will see it as yet another license to continue intimidating, threatening, and harming people who challenged or exposed him. Many of us have firsthand knowledge of the fear that he instills in those around him.
Gene Deal has reacted to the verdict too. He thinks that despite the verdict, Diddy's career is over. Everyone knows what kind of a monster Diddy is now. 34 witnesses testified against him. The parties, the tapes, the testimonies, the victims. You can't unsee what's already out there.
They already knew this was going to happen. What did I say, Mighty? I said that if it goes before January the 4th, it ain't gonna look good for the prosecutor. Didn't I say that? I said that means that they probably just get him on the sexual charges. But if it goes past the 4th, that means they really want to do their job and see and get this nigga a lot of time. Cause they knew they had proved the sexual with the dudes, you know, paying them to come and have sex with the girls and everything like that. But we found out a lot of things about this dude in this trial, bruh. A lot of shit none of us even knew. But they celebrating this. This dude is psychotic. I don't care what you say, bruh. You look at some of the stuff that he did, and like I say, that's what's good in the hood now.
Diddy is coming after the people who spoke out against him. Roger Bonds, a celebrity security guard involved with Diddy, said that Diddy put out a hit on Gene Deal and paid people to throw hands with him. Diddy has a history of this behavior. In an episode of Piers Morgan, celebrity bodyguard Big Homie CC said that he was threatened for speaking out against Diddy.
But he was like, yo, if y'all see Gene, I'm telling y'all, man, somebody better punch him in the face. Somebody better do something to him, man. He out here doing this, that, and we'd be like, all right.
Okay, so when was this? Because was Gene doing interviews at this point?
Yeah, we talking like 2008, 2009. Gene was spreading the word. You know, Gene was always bad-mouthing Gene.
Wait, hold on. Vlad TV started in 2008, 2009. YouTube was really early.
No, he wasn't doing YouTube and stuff. He was going around talking a lot of shit. And we all from Harlem. So he was just talking a lot of shit. And it's a small, Harlem is small.
So what was Gene Deal saying during that time? What did you hear?
He basically was talking about Puff fighting women, hitting women, that was going on with him and Kim. Puff being gay, you know, with him and Usher and shit like that. He was talking the same shit that he's talking now on a major scale, but he was spreading it around Harlem.
Okay.
So it was basically a thing where, yo, if y'all see a man, I'm telling y'all better hear he got hands put on him, this, that, and the other. But we seen him, you know what I'm saying?
Well, Pierce, let me ask you a question. From your journalistic perspective, have you ever noticed how in this industry, people untimely meet their demise as soon as somebody else seems like they're having a problem? Have you ever seen that before?
Well, there was, of course, the case of one of his other ex-girlfriends, Kim Porter, who died of pneumonia at a very young age. You just referenced your own situation with pneumonia that you believe was deliberate poisoning. Do you believe that may be what happened to her?
Why are so many people coming down with pneumonia? Why is that happening to everybody? What is that about? Where have you ever seen this many cases of pneumonia associated with one situation? So, you know.
There were rumors.
I'm not saying.
Well, I was going to mention on this that there have been rumors circulating online that Diddy may have poisoned Jamie Foxx, which caused his 2023 hospitalization. In his Netflix show, he compared Combs to the devil in revealing his near-death experience after a brain bleed and stroke. He said, I say this all the time, I saw the tunnel, I didn't see the light. It was hot in that tunnel. I thought, shit, have I gone to the wrong place? I looked up the end of the tunnel and I thought I saw the devil saying, come on, or was that Puffy?
There you have it. Another body buried under Hollywood's golden carpet. A beloved dancer, a global icon, a man who lit up every room reduced to a footnote in a scandal nobody wants to talk about. Twitch tried to warn us. His note wasn't just a goodbye, it was a roadmap. But the industry made sure we lost the trail. And Diddy? He's still playing the game, even with the walls closing in. October is coming, and with it, Diddy's sentencing. Will justice finally be served, or will the system protect another star with too many secrets and too much power? As always, we'll be watching.